everybody, so we are on to week 5 of HEAT now. Should be feeling like you're getting stronger, getting a bit fitter. Let's get on. So this morning you're going to need a set of dumbbells as usual. You're going to need your loop, or you could tie a resistance band, spiky ball or a tennis ball, your resistance band, and then if you've got one of the yellow bands with handles, you could adapt and use a resistance band there as well. We're going to start with our spiky ball. A little bit of foot awakening. We're taking out massage through the foot, waking up all those nerve endings and those muscles that are in there. A little bit of stimulation. So if you remember the theory of having that grounded foot when we do these exercises, having those toes separated, being able to feel the connection between the big toe, the little toe and the heel. And if your foot is stiff, if it's been in shoes a lot and it's not been moving, then waking it up regularly is a great thing to be doing. Lots of people like to keep these spiky balls under their desks. And then we're switching over to the side, so you might feel a difference now that the arch is able to lift slightly more away from that floor. Taking that ice. Oh, this side's tighter for me for sure. Working on those bits that hurt, that feel a bit more ouchy, and take a bit of time and just go slowly through those areas, or we can give it a nice fast round and round massage. I always think about this as if you've been wearing heels and you've gone out for a night dancing, then you want a nice foot massage when you get back. Massage out all those bits that hurt. There we go. Making sure you go all the way through the side of the foot as well, around where that arch is. Great. So there's our little waking up of our feet. We're now going to go into a little bit more of our warm-up. So taking those legs, widen your hips for me. Make sure you're connected through those toes. The toes are spread. We're feeling the heels as well. Shoulder blades are down. Arms come out wide. We take opposite hand towards the outside of the opposite heel. Taking that lean down. And out we come. Waking up the waist muscles. Also into those hips. Just a couple more of these. One more each side. Straight into our dynamic hamstrings. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back again, connecting through those feet. Ribs are in, lower abs are on, arms are out. Down we come. Sinking back through those hips. Nice bit of dynamic work going on. Speeding it up a little bit. And then switching over to the other leg. So foot is forward, shoulders down, ribs are in, activation through the core. Get that lovely swinging in the shoulders as well. And we're going to keep it moving now. Brilliant. One arm comes forward, flex the palm, feet are back in parallel. There they are, shoulder or hip width apart. Stop and wave. Pushing the hip out to the side. So arm flops right over. Opening up into the side, into the waist, into the hip. Lovely dynamic stretch. And switching arms, check the shoulders down, the ribs are in, core is just gently supporting, the palm is flexed. Hip flops out arm comes over the head. Still with that grounded foot, so we're not gripping through the toes, but we're connected through them. Last two here. Turn the toes in for me. The toes are turned in, ribs are still in. We're up tall, palms towards the ceiling, shoulders are down. We take that inverted root. Exhaling up. This is a hinge. Stick the bum out, but keep the back flat. Exhale up. Stretching down the back of the legs, opening up into the lower back. And we're adding these levers with these hands. Remember, this is just warming up, so we haven't got any weights here. Trying to stay long through the back of the neck as well. Last two. Final one. Fabulous. Feeling a little bit warmer and ready to go now. Couple of glute ones to start with. So if you can take hold of your mini band, pop that around your lower shins. Again, get posture, so ribs it in, we're standing tall. We're going for those lateral steps that we're going to add a little hop in. So prepare yourself. We're going for a minute. I'm just going to wait for time. And now we're going to go for a little hop, 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 hop. So we're thinking, you want this support, remember, through the pelvic floor, coccyx to pubic bone, having that reached down through the arms, keeping the ribs in. If the hopping is too much, keep it to a side step. Doing great work. You're almost halfway. Speed it up now if you can. She says, not sure if she can. That's it. We're on the homeward straight. Should be feeling the warmth creeping into those glutes, into those thighs. Keep the impact to where's right for you. We're on our last couple of seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! We're going to keep the band there. We're going behind us now. One foot is grounded, shoulders are down. Make sure you keep the ribs in. We're going to take a very slight lean forward, tapping back. Reaching the arms down. That's it. Still grounded through that front foot. Last couple, keeping them this speed. Now I'm going to try and speed it up. Keep it moving. Keep staring at a spot on the wall, it helps. Oh, nearly went. Almost there. She says, hoping. Reaching the arms down still. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Changing foot. Hard now because you know what's to come, don't you? So again, the toes are separated. We've got a little 15 seconds off here. Just find position, adjust your band. If it needs to be adjusted, ribs it in, support through that core, off we go. So, nice pace to start with. Almost marking the spot that you're going to. This is a great prep in terms of running. We've gone for 15. Remember to breathe. This is our glute wake up. Mine is certainly waking up. And now we're going to speed it up. Oh, I've lost my band. Keep going. a little pace, a little bit faster. Literally like you're running now. Still with that grounded foot. Last year, I promise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a bit of a burner. I'm going to take off the band now. So I want you to grab hold of your resistance band. Take the band around you. Make sure you've got space. We're going to do a reversed lunge. So feet start together. We're going to step back. Exhale. You might remember this one from every woman. You don't have to go all the way down to the floor. Off we go. Ribs in, standing tall. Step back. Step back. Grounding that front foot. Each time. Coccyx to pubic bone. Lift the pelvic floor. If you can't balance on that foot, step it in. Each time, pelvic floor. Hopefully it's doing it naturally. Last 2. Final 1. Switching legs. I'm going to come facing this way. Take a minute, no, not a minute, 15 seconds just to recover. Spread the toes, shoulders down, ribs in. Ready with that band. We're going to step back. Let's get our full little rest in as we need it. Stepping back. Whoops. Exhale, coccyx to pubis, pelvic floor each time. Stay tall through the upper body. Remember, if you can't go for the full lift, then you can go for the tap, still with the band. Over halfway. Still with grounded foot. Each time feeling that core working right through the pelvic floor. Last 2. Last 1. Amazing. Give everything a little wriggle around. You've got your 15 seconds to get a breath. Pick up your dumbbells. We're going to go for skaters. Side to side. Shoulders down, try and keep them low. Here we go. Exhale away from the floor. Stay low. Shoulders down, ribs it in, core is on. Over halfway. Can you go a little bit faster? And we are done. Again, get your breath. Where are we going now? Grab hold of your band. Squat to knee lift. Band's going to be up here, shoulders down. Feet just slightly wide from the hips. Squat down. Band pull. Squat down, exhale, coccyx to pubic bone. Lift. Pelvic floor. into that squat. Exhale, pelvic floor fires. Oh, my heart rate's up after that last one. Still thinking posture. One more each side. Great stuff. Dumbbells. So grab hold of them, we're going for punches. We're going to be doing these in a plie squat. You take those legs out wide, the knees sink out, ribs it in, core is on. Arms at shoulder height. And diagonal punches first. How low can you hold it down in that plie squat? That's it. Rotation through the waist. We are over halfway. Can you sink a bit lower? Keeping yourself in that plie. Feeling the burn now. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze it up, little shake off. Standing V raises coming up. So, we're going to have the knees just slightly wider than the hips. Soften them so there's a slight bend. Lower abdominals, pelvic floor, going to support us, ribs it in. Exhale. This is it. Coccyx to pubic bone. Lift pelvic floor. It's like a breather after the one before. But don't let that mean that your pelvic floor doesn't work. Feeling strong through that pelvic floor, through the abdominals. Each time we lift or activating, come down, rest a second. Lift and activate and then let go. Remember, we want the pelvic floor to fire, but we also want it to release. Last one. Brilliant. Take that little rest. So now I want you to pick your bands back up again. We're going to hold the band back up in the air, drop the shoulders, and we are going for a lateral pull as we lift the arms. So check your posture, check your grounded foot. Breathe and prepare. And exhale. Checking that you're not sinking in your centre, try and stay stood tall. Every time you exhale, pelvic floor supports through that pelvic floor. Trying to keep that balance. Speed it up. On the last few here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down we come. From there, can you grab hold of your yellow band with handles? Oh no, I've got nothing in mine. There we go. So you're going to stand on it with 2 feet. Into position, we are going to go for our up by curl. This is shoulders down, ribs in, exhale, up we come. It's like a bicep curl all the way up in the air. Try not to lean, which is the hard bit for me. Pelvic floor. Remember, front to back, lift the pelvic floor. So we're aiming not to lean backwards. Keep those ribs in. Feel the support through that pelvic floor. Still with grounded foot. Starting to get hard now. And the last bit. Talking to myself. Obviously because it's a video. Come on. Last one. Oh! Okay, off the yellow band, where are we going? Wall press ups. So you might not be able to see me perfectly on these ones, but looking from the back view, we're going to have shoulders are down, ribs are in, and then inhale towards the wall, and exhale as you come back up. So you want your heels lifted. Every time you exhale, use that pelvic floor. Stay nice and strong and long through the body. Each time, pelvic floor, a little bit more as you push your way through the wall. So pelvic floor is supporting you the whole time, but you need more as you push your way. Doing good work. Last few coming up, she says. The clock's behind me. Last two here. Last one. And step away from the wall. Amazing. Coming towards the end, we've got two more exercises that we're going to get in. We're going to go for a curtsy lunge first. So more single leg glute work. One foot stays connected to the floor, shoulders down, ribs it in. We step over, we exhale, we're going to come back up. We're going to go just one side and we'll add in our kick. So we're going to come over, exhale, up, kick. So just mark it first. And then if you want to, you can go straight in. If that feels like it's too much, pop the foot down. Every time plank, pelvic floor lower, abs supporting. So remember, you can be marking it through. So you can be coming for your tap leg lift. It's hard stuff. Last one. Give that glute a rest. We need to go the other side. Okay, ground the foot, shoulders down, ribs it in. Just waiting for the clock. Just going to make myself enough room so I don't fall over. And I'm going to step over and mark it first. Try not to lean like I did. That was your what not to do. Now if you want to add in and go straight for the kick, then do. You can also do this one holding on. If you've got your broom, Using that core each time. Last few coming up. Can we get that leg a bit higher? Last one. Fabulous. Right, coming down onto the mat now. I'm going to do a bridge. I'm going to do it with some heel lifts added in. So settle yourself down into neutral. Reach through the arms, open the back of the shoulders. Breath in, ground the feet should be in line with the toes and the heels. Exhale up and dropping down. So we're not working through the spine so much here. We're focusing on squeezing up the hips. So it's our gym version rather than our Pilates version. Exhaling each time, that's when we want the support through that pelvic floor. And our last few here. And then hug the knees in towards you. Little circles. Into our release and down training. Circling around the other way. You have one knee in towards you, stretch the other leg out. Think about opening up through that hip flexor and then pulling the other knee in. So now we're getting a stretch into the pelvic floor whilst we're here. Just think of letting go of tension in that pelvic floor area. Switching to the other side, so if I have one knee in, stretch the other leg out. Again, letting go of tension. And slowly bring yourself up to seated. Crossing the legs, or being in long frog, we're going to have the hands together, drop the shoulders, reach through one arm and come back. Just reaching between those shoulder blades. We've got 2 more releases. Over onto hands and knees. Dropping those shoulders, and we're going to go for a corkscrew. So we're going to lift this knee up, dropping in and out. Rotation. Finding any tightness in the hips, in the pelvis. And then switching over for that bent knee, coming in and out. Might find one side slightly tighter than the other, in which case you can give it more love. And finishing with the good old pigeon. Bring one leg forward. You want to actually have your leg slightly out to the side, so I've got this leg slightly underneath my body. Reach the other leg away, bring yourself down. You can either hold here or go for the rock. Taking a stretch into those glutes because we have done quite a lot of glute work today. And switch over to the other side. The spiky ball was also really great to massage out those glutes. This leg is slightly to the side. Come over and we go for that rock, side to side. That's it. Just getting that stretch into those glutes. Amazing. So we are finished. If you wanted to do a little bit more release with your spiky ball, then sticking that under one bum cheek and having a nice roll around is always a great way to end the session. Hope you enjoyed that.